Hello and welcome back to Humans in 5. We've talked before about how much we enjoy our furry friends. From dogs through to orangutans, we find joy in learning about how the animals in which we share this world live their lives. But what kind of evidence do we have about our furry friends in the past?
Just like Michelle and I study the bones of humans in the past, there are plenty of researchers who focus on the remains of animals who lived in the past. This field is known as zooarchaeology. Zooarchaeologists study bones, shells, scales, hides, and DNA.
But why do we care about cats, dogs, or any other animal in the past? Zooarchaeologists give us vital information on factors like diet and social status, and they indicate how animals might have been used as food. And we can look at whether certain animals were being eaten by certain people and how often this might have happened.
Zooarchaeologists will examine butchering marks to indicate which parts of an animal were cut up and whether meat or bone was cooked to eat. Just like today, in the past, some cuts of meat were more expensive or fashionable, and these cuts often went to people who could afford them.
For example, zooarchaeologists looked at the different animal bones present in the excavations of a hotel, a prison, and a tavern in 19th century Sacramento, California. When they examined the butchering marks of the bones found at these sites, they found that the best cuts of meat were going to those staying at the hotel.
People in the past didn't just eat animals. They lived and worked with animals for trade and for companionship. We've already talked about the importance of dog domestication for managing livestock in the past, but large animals like horses and ox were essential for helping our ancestors manage crops as plow animals and helping in milling grains into flour.
Now, zooarchaeologists don't come across animal bones in the same way that we come across human bones. As much as we love our furry friends, for most of human history, we've treated the remains of animals in a different way than human remains.
Bones from animals that have been eaten are sometimes found on a midden. Middens are also called kitchen middens or shell heaps and are essentially an archaeological rubbish bin. Middens are made of heaps of animal bone, bits of plants, stone tools, shells from mollusks, and sometimes human excrement. While this may seem like a really unappetizing way of gathering information on past populations, middens give us a lot of information on the roles animals played in different communities.
Now, one of the major challenges faced by zooarchaeologists is identifying species from the bones they're examining. The fact is, some species have really similar bone structure. One of the classic examples of this is differentiating sheep bones from goat bones.
This image shows the femur or thigh bone of a goat and a sheep. As you can see, there really isn't a huge difference between the structures of these bones. Zooarchaeologists are trying to use a suite of other research methods to better understand differences in bones between species, such as the structure of bone at the cellular level, known as histology, and DNA.
While we might think of animals as other beings we just share the planet with, we hope today's episode has shown you just how much more we can learn from our formerly furry friends.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!